of the people. Sahara got the masses.
Hi viewers, welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Adeola Fayehun. Now at this time we'd like to take a moment to talk about the ongoing ASUP strike. We're talking about strikes by polytechnics, colleges of education, polytechnics in Nigeria that has been going on indefinitely since October last year. By February 2nd it will be 6 months that students have been out of school. Now keep in mind what the lecturers have been on strike for, what they've been fighting for. There is the increase in allowance that has been promised to them since 2009 that the Nigerian government is yet to implement, and they're fighting for this. And also they're fighting for the fact that several times the government will bring in people that are not qualified to be the provost, the rector at these schools. They're also complaining some dilapidated state of some of their buildings. And also the lecturers are complaining about the fact that many a times their graduates are being discriminated against when it comes to job enrollment compared with people that went to universities and got their degrees from universities. So right now we like to speak with some of the polytechnic students to know how this strike has been affecting their lives and their academic plans, and to know what they've been doing with their time. And not only that, we want to hear from them what they want the Nigerian government to do about this issue and what they want their lecturers to do as well. So on the Skype segment with me today I have Okam, Abdul and Val. Okam, welcome to Sahara TV. Hello, Okam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, and also Abdul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, and Val, can you hear me?
Very well, I can hear you.
All right, so let's start with Okam. Okam is a student at the Federal Polytechnic of Nasarawa State. Okam, tell us what has been going on.
Yes.
For how long has your school been on strike, and how have you been spending your time?
Well, the first thing working. I'll be there at home. I sit down at home, I cross my leg and I blog. Because in Nigeria, you know you have a chance to do a good job.
Do you have any idea when the strike will be over?
Well, officials they give us promise, making promises and promises. So now I can't count on that promise. So I don't know when it will be over. I don't have any idea when it will be over. I don't know if it will last for another 2 months or another 2 weeks. I can't say.
Do you even know what the lecturers are fighting for, and do you think it's and would you justify what the lecturers are doing by going on strike?
Pardon? Come again, I hear that question well.
Do you know what the lecturers are fighting for, and can you justify them going on strike?
Yeah, actually, I can. It's worth the strike because this is not the first time they've been fighting for this particular issue. So what the lecturers are doing is right. It's one.
Hi, can you hear me? I think I lost him. Okam. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. In 2009, they reached an agreement. Even apart from the alliances, the issue of the economy between BSc and HND holders is another serious issue which the government needs to put effort in eradicating. If you look at the university graduates, there is no difference from the academic graduates. I don't know why they will put a discrepancy between us. And in 2005, because if I can remember, Obasanjo, then the then president, came up with this issue of removing the discrepancy. But it was moved away. Hello?
Hi, I can hear you. We'll come back to you, Okam. Abdul from Federal Polytechnic, Bauchi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Abdul. I'm just wondering, since you've been in school at the Federal Polytechnic of Bauchi, how many times has your school been on strike?
When I actually started, this is the first time I'm encountering something like this.
I see. All right, so do you know what the lecturers are fighting for, and do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, we've heard of the discrimination of HND and the degree and the implementation of the white paper on the presidential visitation and so much of the IZN allowance or something like that.
Yeah.
in my own opinion, actually, I can say this is a very good cause they are fighting. It's a very good cause, but taking into consideration the nature of government we have nowadays, I think they should look into the direction of the students. They should know that this government does not care about the common man now. They don't even care if we stay home for a year now. So it's all the students that everything is coming back to. You understand?
I see. So you would
Hello?
want the lecturers to resume?
Yeah, even though we are really
I see. Abdul, can you hear me? Abdul, can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm still with you.
All right. So how have you been spending your time, Abdul?
Actually, it has been boring, staying at home, doing nothing, depending on family. You know, it sounds somehow, actually, it's very, very boring at all.
And Val from Federal Polytechnic of Ilaro in Ogun State. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, Val, can you tell us how many times your school has been on strike since you enrolled at your school?
Yeah, I actually joined my school in 2009. Since then up to now, this would be the very first time that we would go into such a lengthy strike.
Have you had other ones that were not lengthy?
It was actually last year we had the first one. That was between April and July. That would be the first strike. Right. The current ASUP dispensation actually went in. That was between April to July before they backed out for 3 months, and they resumed the strike in October, and up to now we are there at home.
So how have you been spending your time, Val?
That's really pathetic and traumatizing, knowing fully well that our colleagues in other institutions are having a smooth ride in the academics, and we've been at home, we are just idle and trying to do one thing or the other to keep body and soul together. It's really terrible.
I see. And I want to ask you, if the Nigerian government is able to watch this interview, what message do you have for the Nigerian government?
I think it's actually obvious and glaring that our government don't really have the interest of Nigerian students at heart. And one thing is this: they have been very, very progressive in corruption rather than in other developmental aspects of the society. So I would really advise them, or advise the president, as it were, that if he indeed want to recontest and go back to that seat, he should look into education, because the youth of Nigeria have the largest we have the largest number, as it were, and our vote really count for him. So he can't continue treating us this way and expect us to re-elect him the next election coming up next year. So I would really advise our President Jonathan to look into the ASUP issue, let him finalize with the ASUP chiefs, because it was actually an agreement that they went into. It wasn't as if they're just fighting nonsensical fights. It's an agreement, and they agreed to pay these people, and they've decided to fail on this agreement, and they said bargained to really traumatizing, because I know this period in government institutes outside this country, and besides the fact that Polytechnics is in the
You're breaking up, Val.
Ma'am?
You're breaking up. Can you remain in one place, please?
Okay. Said the Nigerian civil service and the labor.
I'm sorry, Val. It's very hard to.
I think
it's very hard to hear what you're saying. It's breaking up. I'll come back to you. Please try to stay in one place. And Okam, I'm wondering what some of these discriminations are against students that attend, students in Polytechnic versus students in universities. Like, what are some of the discriminations that you guys experience?
First of all, in the labor force, when we are at work, there's a certain level where a polytechnic student gets to, he doesn't get promoted.
Really?
While the university students, they are on that level. That's the first discrimination. And secondly, if you go for our National Youth Service Corps, they keep the polytechnic students and the other students aside. And also, this professional exam was conducted on the 15th of March.
Yeah.
That was last week. Last week, sorry.
Yeah.
What they did was that when they are about sharing the question paper, they said if you are a BSc, if you're a university graduate, you should go up. They differentiated the university graduate and the polytechnic graduate. Polytechnic graduate with ordinary school graduate and the SSC, they blend them together while they put the university graduate aside. So you can see the discrimination there.
I mean, I'm wondering how that makes you feel, though. Do you think that's justifiable?
It makes me feel so bad, so terrible. It makes me feel like if I'm not going to happen. I think what the university do is times two. We study harder than they study. Our grades are more than their own. This is not making me feel so bad, and it makes people feel. If you ask about 70% of people in school, they say, no, I don't want to take me, I want to university.
I see. I think we have another caller. Someone just joined us. Who is that, please? Who just joined us on this segment?
This is Valentine just came back online. Valentine.
Okay, great. All right. So, Okam, thank you for enlightening us about that. And Abdul, I was just talking to Okam about some of the discriminations against polytechnic students. Have you experienced anything like that?
You're talking about the discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this is just I'm just in my ND now, So actually, it's not good for HND should be regarded as a degree, something, because we offered almost everything they do in the university. So there is no need for discrimination. I think, like now, from the information I gotten from other people with the HND, they are being discriminated when looking for jobs, something like that, their counterpart in the university are given higher priority than them. So I think the government should look into it. They shouldn't be discriminating the HND graduates. They should also be regarded as graduates too. You understand? Since they go for the compulsory NYSC service and other things, so they shouldn't be discriminated.
All right, I'm trying to round up. I just want to ask each one of you exactly the changes you would like to see on your various campuses. It could be in terms of the infrastructures, it could be in terms of relationship with professors, or something you want the government to do, or in terms of this discrimination. So I'm going to start with you, Okam. Exactly what you're hoping to see, the changes you're hoping to see, if your school, that is Federal Polytechnic Nasarawa and other polytechnics as well, if they would be like your ideal school, what are the changes that you're hoping to see?
First and foremost, this issue of discrepancy, I only hope that it will just stop once and for all. It will come to an end. And secondly, the issue of infrastructure. There's a building in my school that has been, I started the school in 2006. So the building has been there since 2006. Up to now, it has not been completed. Why? Because it was federal government that started the building. So I don't see why it can come and complete that
did you
building.
say that you started in 2006?
Hello?
You said you started in 2006.
Yeah, I did my ND in 2006. So I went for my IT and I came back from HND.
Is there any reason why, is this normal to take this long, or you took a break in between?
I took a break.
Okay.
I took a break.
All right, because that's like 8 years. Okay, so you want to see some infrastructures, like development in terms of infrastructures?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, development. We really need it in our polytechnic.
All right. And you, Abdul, what are some of the changes you would like to see?
So, first of all, you see there is need for, getting more qualified teachers. Like in my school, actually, one of the things we are suffering from our teachers usually they used to be just, let me just say, graduate with no any teaching experience. So I will appreciate if government will put more on sponsoring, teachers to go and further their education, so that we'll be up to date. You understand? Like our counterpart in other country, and let me just say in the southern part of the country too. They may be having a little advantage over us. Actually, we are suffering from this issue of unqualified teachers. And again, infrastructure is another major problem we're encountering. You understand, like welfare of students, the hostels, the buildings, the academic buildings, and lecture theaters have not been efficient. They have not been efficient, actually. So government should please, instead of, let me just say, creating more and more higher institutions, I will advise the government to focus on the little ones they have now at hand. They should provide more infrastructure to it, provide teachers, qualified ones, so that at least we will not be producing half-baked graduates.
Wow. Thank you very much, Abdul. Now, Val, can you please tell us finally the changes that you would like to see?
Basically, the infrastructure should stand out amongst all my demands, because when I visit universities and I check out Polytechnic, the difference is so glaring when it comes to infrastructures and laboratories and technical rooms where we carry out technical activities. We are lacking it in my school. And besides that, talking about qualified teachers too, I think we should, the Polytechnic system, they should try to encourage HND holders as lecturers, because what we have, the disparity I'm talking about still exists in my school, because HND and BSc, even if they are employed at the same time, the grading system and the hierarchy is quite different. So I think if we are churning out HND holders, we should also encourage HND holders as lecturers in Polytechnic, so that we can harness our own product too. So I think if those two things can be effectively checkmated in due course, we'll have a glorious place to call an institution.
Thank you very much, every one of you, for joining us today on Sahara TV. I really appreciate your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Sure. All right, viewers, that has been Okam from Federal Poly Nasarawa, Abdul from Federal Poly Bauchi, as well as Val from Federal Poly Ilaro in Ogun State joining us. They joined us to talk about the ongoing ASUP strike. Stay tuned, we still have much to come on today's show, and try to subscribe to our live stream page as well, so that you can be notified each time we are live. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.